Welcome back to another episode of Witticism. I'm Nolan.
And I'm Mary, bringing you the news that matters most around the globe.
Recently in Ohio, a haunted house hosted an event called Swastika Saturday. Honestly, what's next for this country? Fascist Friday or Murder a Jew Monday? I mean, what else could you expect from a place called the Haunted Hoochie? When you think about it, that would make a really great Halloween-themed strip joint.
Scientists say Bitcoin mining could cancel out efforts to battle global warming. Great, now I have to worry about global warming being caused by fake money too? What's next? Is Alexa going to catch secondhand smoke from all the vaping going on? Millennials.
Have you ever thought about what you can get with food stamps? From fruit juice to canned goods, the obvious first choice that comes to mind is heroin and lap dances. So you can go from getting a snack to getting a snack, if you know what I mean.
An 11-year-old boy in Ohio stole his mom's car and led police on a high-speed chase after his mom took his PlayStation. This is the second time the boy has done this in just the past year. Come on, Mom, once is a surprise, but by now you need to start hiding the keys. Your son's clearly gotten a taste for fame being known as Ohio's Bart Simpson. Even the cops probably were knocking on the window like, "Hey, officer." "Hey, Jimmy, get grounded again." What can I say? Mario Kart keeps me sane.
GOP rep Mark Sanford shared a photo of his Halloween treat for the kids in his neighborhood. It was a pocket-sized Constitution. Mark Sanford really did it. He found something that's worse than apples to hand out on Halloween. I hope someone egged his house for me.
LA is starting to ban right turns from midnight to 7 a.m. nightly. Not because it's dangerous or that there are many crashes occurring, but because they are trying to fix their prostitution problems. The goal behind this initiative is to decrease the amount of foot traffic activated by sex workers on the corners. Thankfully, prostitutes were able to find a workaround for this new ban. The left turn. You know, on the opposite corner of the street.
Last Tuesday, two Northport women had a violent shank fight at a school bus stop using the shards of a broken coffee mug. Students who witnessed the fight were sent to counseling as soon as they got to school. Thanks for the deep-seated trauma, Mrs. Johnson.
A Florida mayor is under ethical scrutiny after a scandal came to light. Evidence suggests he may have asked for sexual favors in exchange from a resident who wanted speed bumps installed in her neighborhood. This honestly just sounds like a bad porno. "Mr. Mayor, something needs to be done about the speeding in my neighborhood. I demand speed humps." Well, there certainly should be humping of some kind going on. Perhaps we can reach an agreement. Step into my office.
CVS, the place where you go for all your 3 a.m. needs and walk out with a receipt longer than the Declaration of Independence. A local woman went in there for 3 items and ended up leaving the store with a 6-foot receipt. What was on that receipt that could have made it that long? Just the usual information, coupons, a survey, and a reminder to donate to save the trees.
Police in Ware Township, Michigan were dispatched after reports of a man flipping his ex-wife's car with a tractor and fleeing on said tractor. They tracked the man to his home where he barricaded himself inside. Armed with a crossbow, he declared he would not be taken alive. Police eventually apprehended Grand Theft Robin Hood and so ended the harrowing ordeal, or as the police call it, Tuesday.
The new airplane emoji has recently received a lot of flack from airports who have requested that they make the emoji a little less crashy in appearance. I feel like there isn't really a joke for this one. I just agree. Like, that's a bad idea and someone should definitely get on that.
The administrator of an area school was arrested recently after being accused of being drunk at the school during Alcohol Awareness Week. "That's the point," Whisper yelled the administrator, still a little sloshed from that week. "They were aware of my drunkenness, right?" Mission accomplished.
We've all been late to work to the point that our bosses have threatened to fire us, am I right? Well, in an attempt to save his job, a man led police on a 5-mile pursuit to his office. Turns out his boss cared more about the police following, though, and he was fired later that day. Quit hitting that snooze button, lazy people.
A local Pittsburgh woman is filing charges for being assaulted by SpaghettiOs. The victim said while waiting for her child support money in the grocery store parking lot, a woman assaulted her with cans of SpaghettiOs before stabbing her in the finger. While this seems like the next episode of Maury, sadly, it's just another day in the burr. That's all the time we have for tonight. I'm Mary.
And I'm Nolan. You stay beautiful, Indiana.
Hey guys, I'm Haley.
I'm Kane.
Hi, I'm Haley.
And you're watching Witticism.
You're watching Witticism.
And you're watching Witticism.
Welcome to Press Start!
2 players, 1 controller. 2 players, one controller. And
Playing
go.
Smash, let's go!
Oh no, I know what it is.
Total Drum Island.
No!
Yeah. Wow.
Students in communications media at Indiana University of Pennsylvania can focus on a variety of areas, including media promotions. Our promotion students learn their skills by working in a hands-on environment, gaining real-world experience. They learn how to use media to promote, produce, and manage events, and how media organizations operate. They create promotional campaigns and help clients pitch their services, products, and events. With excellent classes led by experienced teachers, the Communications Media Department at IUP is perfect for students interested in media promotions.
Welcome back to Reality Check. I'm Kane Reinhardt, and I'm here to help you be better. It's been a while, hasn't it? I've had so much pent-up advice that I had to start a blog. How 2005 of me. But I'm back and I'm ready to teach you a thing or two. Today, we're talking about news coverage here in America. The reality of it is that news outlets are so biased and only cover what they want to cover. I've been desperately wanting to see the results of The Voice on Fox News, but for some reason, they don't believe it's relevant enough topic. Yet Kim K is all in the news because Calabasas caught a flame overnight. It's not the nation's fault your house is on fire, Kim, but I do need to know who Kelly put through to the live show. And it doesn't just stop there. Trump is in the headlines literally like every single day, from offending a reporter, mocking a reporter, calling a reporter stupid. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but where's the positive coverage? Is there positive coverage of this nation? The answer, shockingly, is yes. The only catch is you idiots must be the ones to cover and share the stories. And since most people can't even poop without being on the phone, I think this is going to be easy enough for everyone to share some positive news. Spread some joy and share the good news because we're all tired of hearing that our nation is falling apart. I also wanted to talk about cuffing season. Now, don't be mistaken. This isn't an increase in police arrests or kinky foreplay. This is the time of year everyone wants to cuff someone down to help them with their wintertime blues. While this seems plausible, it only leads to a meaningless connection and another person you have to now tell that they have herpes. Do yourself a favor and just buy a heated blanket. It'll never leave you. But in case you do feel the need for a boo, stop using the same old techniques. It's 2018. Liking her Instagram post isn't gonna cut it. Nowadays, to get someone's attention, you can't be sending them the same snap you put on your Snapchat story. Make whoever it is feel special and send them their own snap. Sending out mass snaps is a surefire way to get left on red. And you can't be afraid of the DMs. Make them laugh and ask them out to get a drink. Alcoholic or caffeinated, either works. But just put 80% of your best self out there. That way, once you catch someone, you can impress them with that extra 20% more. And honestly, that's all I got for you guys today. Have a great Black Friday and buy me something pretty. I'm Kane Reinhardt, and this has been your Reality Check.
I fell in love with the campus, with the people, with my IUP life. See it for yourself. Visit us. Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Find your success.
Here at The Big Hit, we're not just a bunch of schmucks who downgrade pro athletes. We know what it's like to play at a high level.
Sam Darnold is as accurate as Ray Charles trying to play cup pong.
Listen here, if you were to stack Ray Charles and Helen Keller in an NFL combine with Nathan Peterman and Sam Darnold,
Charles and Keller have more of a chance of getting drafted than those two bums.
Whoa, 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 take it easy, boys. Okay, listen here. Those people have worked their entire lives to get to this point. And quite honestly, it's offensive that you'd compare Keller and Charles to those two bums. Oh, we're live. Hey, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of The Big Hit. We'll see you next week.
Jake, go out for a pass, okay? Oh.
Well, maybe not.
Success. We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
I always wanted to be a chef. Cooking was something I was so passionate about. I'd spend hours in the kitchen rewriting my recipe cards until each one was absolutely perfect. One afternoon, while watching the telly, I saw an advertisement. A kitchen was looking for a head chef. I knew that this was my moment. I saw this ad for a reason. I personally never heard of Hell's Kitchen, but I thought they served a lot of spicy food. When I showed up for my interview, I was in shock. The restaurant was gorgeous. From the high ceilings, the elegant table settings, the wait staff, everything was so proper. It put my prized china set to shame. I grew nervous seeing this level of sophistication. Is my cooking good enough for this? I asked myself. As I was standing in the lobby of the restaurant, gazing at my surroundings, he walked out. Tall, blonde, and handsome. It took me a second to realize as he walked, he was walking towards me. My nervousness tripled and the sweats began. As he approached me, he put out his hand. "Afternoon, I'm Gordon Ramsay," he said. Blushing, I replied, "Good afternoon, chef. I'm Bertha." We chat about nonsense for 5 minutes or so. I kept getting lost in the swimming pools he calls eyes. Then he asked me, "So, you're ready, right?" Nervously, I replied, "Yes," not at all sure what I was ready for. Gordon walked me to the kitchen and asked me to prepare his favorite dish. I'm 10 minutes into cooking when I can feel his gaze on me, begging me to turn around and look at him. But I refuse. I can't. As I'm finishing off my risotto, Gordon walks up behind me and puts his arms around me, taking the spoon out of my hand and stirring my risotto gently for me. He whispers in my ear, "Not so rough. Cook like you love." I giggled and he asked, "What's so funny?" I giggled again before saying, "I love the same way I cook. Rough." He was shocked to hear my answer. So shocked, he instantly pulled me away from the stove and into the cooler. I could smell my risotto burning as Gordon caressed my skin and kissed my neck. But I couldn't bring myself to care. I planned on having another protein anyway.
Walmart, pay less for your sexual experiences.
Oh, hell yeah.
Our traditions are kind of that we like switch traditions. Like last Thanksgiving, we had a menorah and played with a dreidel, so I don't really know what I'm in for, if I'm being 100% honest.
I'm sorry, we don't have any traditions because my family's basic.
Our primary tradition is trying to find things to talk about that doesn't make us hate each other, which usually involves a lot of awkward silences while we're just sitting there looking at each other and realizing that we have nothing in common. But we also watch the Thanksgiving Day Parade, sponsored by Macy's. Big balloons, that's fun.
Not anymore. Not anymore because like all my grandparents that used to come over have died, so like nobody comes over anymore. But since this is my first year in college, it should be different. All the fam's gonna come home and we're all gonna have a meal together. It'll be pretty great.
As soon as dinner's done, you know, you're sitting there, you know, playing cards with Margaret, and your mom shows up and she goes, "All right, you like the turkey? Yeah, that was good. Yeah, wasn't too dry? No? Okay. Well, guess what? We're gonna go over the hill over there and we're gonna cut down a Christmas tree."
We just sit at the dining room table and have dinner, and then later on have pumpkin pie. We watch football and watch movies. My mom always wants to play games, but we never do.
Normally someone shows up drunk, and I hope it's me this year. But I don't know. That's normally the only tradition, and the Macy's Day Parade. But normally someone's drunk enough that they're in front of the TV.
Ruin everybody's day.
What do I eat? Well, I eat the classic Thanksgiving foods. You got that turkey. Sometimes there's ham. I don't know. Mashed potatoes. You know, the usual. But we don't make those that green bean casserole that everybody else has, like cream mushroom and those onion crispies. We make our own stuff. It's like garlic, breadcrumb stuff. I don't know. It's really freaking amazing. I'm gonna make that for Witticism, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Friends, Wit's Quantica giving Thanksgiving that at Tara's house.
Children.
Stuffing and potatoes and corn and bread. The turkey's my least favorite.
You just like put them all through this meat grinder, and then it just like becomes this crushed almost salad-like thing, and it is so good.
Ramen noodles.
So I think I'm gonna make that. And the thing is, always makes a whole bunch of it too. So then I have like a whole bunch when I come back for college.
Do you choose the white meat or the dark meat of the turkey? I go dark meat all the way. It's the juiciest. Like, you don't need to put too much salt on it. There's like, you know, my one uncle at the one end of the table
I usually get like one plate of like everything, and then I go back for 3 more plates of just turkey and mashed potatoes with gravy all over.
I'm usually here for the turkey and the mashed potatoes primarily, but obviously bread is always a good thing.
We kind of just eat, you know, the basics: turkey, those good Pillsbury biscuit roll. Out of that thing you pop goes the cherry. But we also eat like mashed potatoes and green beans and stuff. I don't like stuffing, too many carbs, but I also really enjoy butter.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there.
think one of the really fantastic things about the IUP sculpture program is we have everything a student needs to be successful as a professional artist. We have really great cutting-edge facilities, dedicated faculty, and the graduate school has great resources to kind of support the graduate students presenting their work regionally and nationally.
Sean has done a lot to kind of foster a really strong community. We'll do demonstrations for each other and teach each other. We have kind of like a community learning system built, so like we'll take turns giving lectures and things like that so we can all share ideas and be on the same page with each other's work.
I've worked with Sean for 2 years now, and it's been just wonderful working with him. He's, very knowledgeable, working artist as well as a professor.
Sean's really easy to talk to, and I think that he's not judgmental, he's really open and always just there to really better you as an artist.
The facilities are, in my opinion, the greatest thing about IUP. We have great welding and metals facilities, we've got woodworking, mold making. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that you could pursue. Also, we have 24/7 access to your own personal studio, which is just invaluable.
Grad school is really this transition between undergrad and becoming a professional artist. And so my job as a teacher is to provide my students with some opportunities that start to reach toward kind of the professional realm and practicing and displaying work outside.
For the last 2 years, I've had a full graduate assistantship, and so I've been able to work with my sculpture professors to help students with their projects and kind of assist them kind of develop their ideas. And so it's been invaluable to work with the professors and with the students in that way.
The graduate school has tremendous resources to be able to help students through travel grants or research grants to support their practice and support them presenting their work on kind of a regional and national stage.
For someone that's considering the IUP sculpture program, I would say that I'm very glad that I came here. Great facilities, great professors, really strong community of students. It's everything you kind of need to succeed.
These lights are so bright. Why are you trying to blind me?
Not funny stories, but really embarrassing. So my dad likes to make wedding soup because, I don't know, he just makes a whole lot of wedding soup, like with homemade meatballs and everything. And every year, every single freaking year, I get my bowl of soup, walk back to the table, spill it everywhere. Honestly, for as long as I can remember, I've spilled the soup every single year. It's really traumatizing, so I don't get soup anymore.
One time my sister poured wine on my head for no reason at all. She just walked past me and I'm like, okay, cool.
We were all really shocked last Thanksgiving when my cat had some turkey because she normally did not eat any scraps for the table, and we would willingly offer them, but I guess she liked the turkey because it was as dry as she was on the inside.
So my one brother wasn't eating, and he mouthed off to my mom. So she took her fork from her plate and just went, whoosh, and he ducked, and it went right into the wall.
Infamously, my sister and my grandfather every year always get into massive political fights because they're on the exact opposite side of things. And last year they didn't, and me and my cousins were kind of at the one end of the table, and we thought that was a little weird. So I went over to the end they were sitting at, grabbed a bread roll, and I was like, so how about this election? And my grandfather goes, don't get me started. And my mom mouthed, you piece of shit.
One time when I was really little, I just stole the whole bowl of crescent rolls and ran away and ate them by myself.
So one of my cousins the one year came very messed up. She's a very known heroin addict. And we thought she was, a little using that day, but you can't just call someone out and be like, girl, you shoot up? So we just let it slide. And we really noticed when she was dazing out after she got her food and she was holding her plate, and slowly her plate started going sideways, but she wasn't. So I don't know what happened, but her food, the gravy started first and just, onto the floor. Obviously, I can't do that, but it fell onto the floor, and then her mashed potatoes went, then her turkey, and then her macaroni and cheese, and we were all like, are you good? And she was not good. She went to rehab after that, but she's still not good, actually. It didn't work.
I like Black Friday shopping, but this one time that I Me, my mom, and my sister went. And we went like after Thanksgiving, like went after dinner on Thursday. And then we didn't get home till like 8 o'clock on Friday morning. We were out all night, and then my mom was falling asleep while she was driving. But we were okay, so.
When I was little, I used to go out Black Friday shopping because I thought it was like the best thing ever. But I'm not going Black Friday shopping this year because I have work at 9 a.m. and I don't feel like going Black Friday shopping. I'm also like broke to get anyone gifts, so no gifts for anyone.
I've never been Black Friday shopping, and this year is going to be my first. It's me and my sister. My sister's smaller than I am, and I'm a pretty small person.
So I'm gonna be that guy who like hides in the corner and just waits for like this mousy person walking out with everything that I want, and I'm just gonna beat the crap out of them, and I get it for free. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to get by, right?
Black Friday is like pretty big in my family for no good reason. I think it's because they're all cheap and super cheap. And so normally a lot of our Thanksgiving dinner is spent looking at the flyers and them folding over pages of stuff that they really want and cutting coupons even though it's Black Friday.
My goal for my sister and I is not to get lost, not to get mugged, and it's because it's going to be horrible because Ross Park, like, I don't know if anybody's been there, but it's crazy just to start with, and then on Black Friday it's going to be even more crazy, and I'm probably going to get lost.
But the good thing about the Ghost Town Mall is that it would be packed like a normal mall on Black Friday. So that's hardly anything because I guess most of the drama was happening down at the Walmart. So it was cool because I could just walk around at a normal pace in the mall and get whatever I want without, getting beaten or stabbed or trampled. And I always get a nice pair of boots. I like boots.
I don't Black Friday shop, primarily because I don't actually really like shopping that much on a normal day. So the idea of going out when everybody is out and also insane sounds really scary. So I stick to Cyber Monday.
I'm not a fan of Black Friday. My mom and my aunt and my grandmother always go for Christmas shopping, but then I sleep in. So I guess I like Black Friday, but no more than any other Friday.
Beginning.
Are we doing the?
Yes.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
She's not counting down.
All right. My check. It's me, Nolan. Mic checking. Here we go. Keep going. Okay. Speak more. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of things to say. I'm incredibly tired. My name is Nolan.
Waiting for my casting call for Juno 2.
Okay. Thank you.
Did they even hear him?
Apparently they did. I'm good.
Thanksgiving traditions, Nolan?
Do I need to do my check? Can you even hear me? Lots of people are talking, but I'm talking to you up there in the sound booth.
Maggie's talking in this room. We talk over each other.